By now you may have seen, or rather not seen, John Cena as the new face of Neutrogena sunscreen, specifically the Ultra Sheer Face Liquid Sunscreen, because they market this as the sunscreen that you can't see, just like you can't see John Cena. Today's video is not sponsored by Neutrogena, but we are going to look at their marketing campaign as I review this new liquid sunscreen in the Ultra Sheer line to see if it's as good as they say.
Yeah, I've got John Cena for Neutrogena Ultra Sheer.
John Cena.
There's John Cena.
Okay.
But check out the camera.
John Cena,
you don't see him in the back seat.
Coming through.
Clearly the security card doesn't see him.
I heard from a couple people that he's a total diva.
Morning, everybody.
So Hollywood now.
What's up, man?
Probably at home oiling his biceps.
I mean, the guy is in everything. He probably just went to the wrong set.
Remind me never to do a celeb job again.
They're all fed
Reporting
up
for
already.
duty.
So the memes are legit. You really can't see them.
Hey, I'm right here. Let's run it. Ultra Sheer Mineral gives you advanced SPF protection, but doesn't look like traditional mineral sunscreen. You can't see
They don't
it.
see him on the camera.
With or without him.
They're
Nina, are you
acting like
camera
he's
ready?
not
Can you
there.
take this?
Sure. Do I get his paycheck too?
No.
He thinks they're all pranking
I
him
got
now.
this.
Neutrogena Ultra Sheer is in fact Ultra Sheer. It's advanced UV protection without white cast.
It blends right in.
You can't see it at all.
You can't see it at all. Just like you can't see me.
All right, Nina. Great work. Thank you.
I'm literally here. That's my applause.
The insecurity's coming out.
Yeah, all right. You can't see me.
Now he realizes that they
my
really
gosh, you
can't see him.
Can anyone see me? I just want to be seen. Guys?
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now.
All right, the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer line, sunscreen you can't see. Brilliant marketing campaign, first of all. When I saw the little teaser where you couldn't see anybody in the back of the limousine coming in, I knew that they were going to be launching a campaign with John Cena, and secretly wished that I was going to be on that campaign because I have done some really great things with Neutrogena, but I was not a part of this campaign. But I love sunscreen. As you guys know from watching my content, I am always on the search for a better sunscreen to use every day, and I've got a lot of favorites. I always tell my patients the best sunscreen is the one that you like to use every day. And so if we can find one that fits your skin type, that fits your day-to-day activities, then it's going to be the right one for you. So just because I love it doesn't mean it's going to be right for you. And just because I dislike a particular sunscreen doesn't mean that it's the right one for you. So where does the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Face Liquid Sunscreen fall in? That's what we're going to talk about today. So when we first look at this sunscreen, I want to read to you the marketing claims that they make so you get an idea of what's in this sunscreen and what they market it as supposed to be doing essentially for you. So they claim that it provides all-day hydration to help protect sensitive skin from the sun with the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Mineral Face Liquid Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 70 protection. Broad spectrum means that it's going to protect you from both UVA and UVB rays. UVB rays are higher energy. They're typically the ones that will lead to a sunburn faster. And UVA rays are a little longer wavelength, a little lower energy intensity, but they can travel further into the skin and lead to more skin aging. So we want broad spectrum protection. It says the ultra lightweight face liquid sunscreen does not feel like a traditional mineral sunscreen, and we're going to put that to the test. The face liquid delivers a silky, non-greasy, translucent finish that works well under makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup, so I can't put that one to the test, but if you have tried it, definitely let me know down in the comments. This broad spectrum sunscreen is great for sensitive skin and is formulated with Pure Screen Plus technology. I don't really know what goes into Pure Screen Plus technology. Clearly this is a marketing term, but it doesn't mean there's not great science behind it. I just don't know what it is, and they don't really outline it here on this page. It's 100% mineral sunscreen with the addition of vitamin E. It states that it is free of fragrance, oxybenzone, parabens, phthalates, and other chemical actives. So this is where they can make the claim that this is a good sunscreen for sensitive skin. If you have very sensitive skin or you're more likely to become allergic to something, the chemical sunscreens, those containing oxybenzone, homosalate, octocrylene, all of those have a little bit higher rate of causing allergic reactions in the skin albeit these rates of reactions are very low. Most people are not going to be allergic or sensitive to even the chemical sunscreens. And I will tell you that most days I use a chemical sunscreen just because they often are more cosmetically elegant. They don't gunk up in my facial hair. And so that's where I have struggled with mineral sunscreens, not because of a darker skin type, obviously, but because it gunks up in the facial hair, and I just don't like the look of it for a daily wear sunscreen. In addition to being free of the chemical sunscreens, there's no phthalates, parabens, or fragrances, and oxybenzone. These are things that are more likely to lead to reactions if you have very sensitive skin. So I will back them up on this claim that this is probably a good sunscreen for those with sensitive skin. Protect your skin with this light mineral sunscreen from Neutrogena, a dermatologist recommended brand. That is true, I've recommended Neutrogena all the time. This hypoallergenic sunscreen, I think that's reasonable to make that statement, is non-comedogenic, so it won't clog your pores. And they would do testing on this. It's a vegan formula that is not tested on animals. That is, I think, a must in today's day and age. I don't see why we need to be doing that. Apply generously and evenly 15 minutes before sun exposure and reapply every 2 hours. The sunscreen is gentle on the skin, dries quickly, and leaves the skin feeling smooth and soft. So, smooth and soft feeling on the skin, dries quickly, non-greasy, translucent finish. Those are the kind of claims that we're going to be testing as we try on the sunscreen today. With that being said, let's go to the mirror, let's try on the sunscreen, we'll put it on the face. I'm also going to use it on the top of my head because that's what I do on a day-to-day basis, is I cover my head with sunscreen as well as my face. We're going to see how it functions in the beard area. They've made some bold claims with the sunscreen that you can't see. By partnering with John Cena, did they make the right call? Let's find out. So it comes in this little dropper top, which is perfect for a liquid sunscreen because it is, gonna run all over the place elsewhere if you have a big opening in there. Now, I was really alarmed when I first started putting this sunscreen on because it did not seem at all like it was going to rub in well. It was very white on the skin initially and really made me concerned that they had overstated their claims. Now, as I got rubbing this in longer and longer, eventually it did really blend in with the skin quite nicely. And if you had this over your whole face, I think it is gonna leave a pretty sheer finish on the skin. I don't know if it's quite invisible. I don't know if it's quite the sunscreen that you can't see, but it does blend in very nicely. And this is absolutely the type of sunscreen that I would wear when I'm going to be out playing in the yard with my kids, when I'm going to the beach, when I'm going to be, sweating outside for extended periods of time. The downside on this is that I did notice that it did kind of cake up in the beard, in the facial hair a little bit, and that is something that would give me pause for using this as a daily sunscreen when I come into work, when I'm going to be working in the clinic, seeing patients. It does feel very dry, very matte on the skin. It is not sticky, it is not greasy. I do think this would work well under makeup, although I don't wear makeup, so some of you may be able to speak to that better than I can. But it does have a very soft finish on the skin, and my impression is that it would work well under makeup. I have worn makeup on sets before, so I have a little bit of an understanding, but not as much as some of you probably do. Now, the thing that I don't see on the packaging that could give me a little bit more pause is I don't see any claims of this being water resistant. I just double checked even on their website, on the packaging, everything. They don't make any claims that this is a water resistant sunscreen. Based on the way that it feels, it's probably gonna hold up for a little while in the water, but without it being a water resistant sunscreen, I probably wouldn't wear this if I was going to be getting in the water. If I was going to be going out for a run in the hot summer and I knew I was going to be sweating a lot, I would probably turn to a different sunscreen in the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer line that does have a water resistant rating of 80 minutes. Overall, I don't think it's quite the sunscreen you can't see, but it's really close. And I have to give them credit for a mineral sunscreen. It's about as good as you can get. Mineral sunscreens with zinc and titanium are just going to be more difficult to make them completely sheer. Would I recommend this product? Yes, I would recommend this product. Is it going to be my everyday use it sunscreen? Probably not. When it comes to Neutrogena, I much prefer the Hydro Boost sunscreen. It is a chemical sunscreen though, and that may not work well for everybody. I also use a lot of Elta MD products because they are very cosmetically elegant, and I usually use their hybrid sunscreens that have both zinc and chemical filters in them. So this was a fun, really brilliant marketing campaign on the part of Neutrogena. I gotta give them props for that. I think they have designed a really good sunscreen here, one that I would recommend. I would definitely put this on my kids in the summer. I would use it on myself in certain circumstances. I would love to see it water resistant, and I wouldn't wear it when I'm coming in to see patients just because I'd worry that it's gonna turn parts of my beard white, but the rest of my face, no problem whatsoever. So good job, Neutrogena. If you guys wanna try this sunscreen, I will have a link down in the video description. When you watch these videos, like, comment, subscribe, or purchase any products through the links in the video description. It helps support my work of providing free dermatology care to underserved populations through my mobile clinic, which I fund on my own. So thank you for any help that you give for that. Guys, I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you on the next video.